happy to see you all again. Hope you had a good rest. Hope 5 o'clock time is good for you. I hope I'm audible to you. I'm waiting for everyone to join, so we still have around 4-5 minutes so we can start. So I have kept 2 blocks to my side. There are more than 2 blocks because whatever number of blocks I had at my home, I have kept it. And I have kept the strap with me. So, hi Rosie, hello. Yeah, good to see you again. Right. Since we are staying at home, so I decided a new kind of diet, I thought of let's eat less. So what did I do? I told my husband I am going to eat only fruits today. But I couldn't at all stick to my own, principles. After eating fruits, I was so hungry again, I switched on to. So I will try to stick to a good disciplined diet again. Thank you. So I think I should start the class. I am going to sit in the cross-leg position, preferably on the block. Or if you do not prefer to sit on the block, just sit on the mat, my hands on the knees. I roll my shoulder blades back. I let my eyes stay closed. Yoga becomes therapy when you connect with your breath in a right way. And the right way is when you inhale, you make sure that when you do exhalation, your exhalation is longer than inhalation. So if your exhalation is longer than inhalation, it gives the signal to your brain that you are in a peaceful zone. So we are going to stay in this position, keeping the eyes closed, and we will try to exhale longer than inhale. Letting the eyes stay closed. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. more deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. With few blinks, I open my eyes. Namaste, very warm welcome. I remove the blocks inside head block under my sit bones. I am still in Sukhasana posture. I am in the cross-legged position. I put my left hand on the right knee. I take my right arm back. So important thing, I first lengthen. I avoid roundness like this. Instead, I lengthen and then I twist to my right. Just finding some deep breaths in this posture. Breath, I come back to the center, but my left hand is still over the right knee. I lift my right arm up. First I lengthen and then I slowly try leaning onto the left. My right rib cage is lifted. I prefer to keep my eyes closed. It helps me to enjoy the stretch more nicely and deeply. I make sure my both the sit bones are on the mat. And I connect with the breath. Two more deep breaths here. Breath, I come back to the center. I release my left hand and I bring my right hand on the left knee first. I lengthen the spine. I place my left hand behind and I give myself a spinal twist. One more deep breath. And then I come back to the center. I let my right hand stay on the left knee. I lift my left arm. I first lengthen and then I lean to the right. My left rib cage lifted and I maintain this posture. And as I said, make sure your exhale is longer than inhale. Two more deep breaths. One more. And with the next breath, I come back to the center. I prefer to keep the block under my sit bones. I'm going to go for using the straps. So I prefer to keep the block. If you prefer, you use the block. If you do not prefer, you simply sit in the cross on the mat in the cross-leg position. Or some people do not prefer in sitting in the cross-leg position, or because the groins and the hip joints are a little tight. So you can choose to open your legs a little like this. It's up to you. So sit in the way you prefer. And then from there, I use the strap. So I have the strap. So you use the strap. Some people ask that if they do not have strap, then I suggest them you can use the hand towel or a big thin bed sheet which you can hold and that can help you in the rotation. So you can use it accordingly. I use the strap. Now I am holding the strap and I am going to extend my arms up, and I try if I can take my arms back without bending the elbows. If I struggle and my elbows start bending like this, then I will open up my strap a little more wider so that the gap is more wider in between my hands, and then I can easily take my arms front and back. So you accordingly you decide the width between your hands. Now I prefer it this way. My arms are to the front, entire shoulder rotation. I take it up and then I slowly take my arms behind. And then again lift it up and take it to the front. So this is very important. You should be doing it every day because we have the habit to sit in front of our working computers at our workplace. So we round our spine a lot. Our alignment gets different and difficult, so our postures become such that it creates trouble to us. So okay, so where we are, my arms to the front, lift the arms up and then take it back. We're just going to do 8 more of this. Lift the arms up and then take it to the front and up and back and up and front and up and back and up and front. Just 6 more of this. Up and back, up and front. 5 more. Up and back, up and front. 4 last. Up and back, up and front. 3 more. Up and back, up and front. 2 more. Up and back, up and front. 1 last. Up and back, up and front, and I release the strap. I put my hands on the knees and I simply roll my shoulders. Shoulder rotation to the count of 5. So do it at your own pace. To the count of 4. To the count of 3. To the count of 2. And to the count of 1. And then I come back to the center. And then I change the direction of my shoulders. To the count of 5. To the count of 4. To the count of 3. To the count of 2. To the count of 1. And then I come back to the center. I am going to raise my left arm up. I am going to bend my left elbow. I am going to use my right hand to pull the left elbow in And I would keep my eyes closed, enjoying the stretch, and I maintain this position. So my left elbow is bent. I'm using my right hand to pull the left elbow in, and then I come into this posture. Do not forget to connect with your breath. Do not forget to let your exhale get longer than inhale. Just 2 more deep breaths here. And then I release my left elbow and I relax my shoulders again. And I'm going to lift my right arm up this time. I am bending my right elbow. I am making use of my left hand to pull the right elbow in, and then I let my eyes stay closed. So I bend my right elbow, I use my left hand to pull the right elbow in, and then I come into this posture. I maintain this position and I connect with the breath. Just 2 more deep breaths here. And then with the next breath, I release my arm. I move my shoulders again. And then with the next breath, I'm going to take my left arm towards the front. I use my right elbow and I bend my right elbow. So I'm using my right elbow to pull the left arm more closer to me. So my left arm is straight, my right elbow is bending. And I keep my eyes closed. I get a good stretch to my tricep, left tricep, and I maintain. Just 2 more deep breaths here. right hand more and more to the left side. I take my left arm, I bend my left elbow, and this will help to pull the right arm closer to me. And I maintain this stretch. Stay connected with your breath. Just 2 more deep breaths here. And with the next breath, I release my right arm. I move the shoulders again. I move my head to the side and side to release any stiffness in my neck. So I can choose to keep my eyes closed and move the neck side to side. And then with the next breath, I come back to the center. My left knee is still bending. It's down on the mat. My right knee is bending and my right knee is pointing up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold my right thigh like this. So I have wrapped my arms, wrapped my hands around the right leg. My right knee is bending. Now when my right foot is down, my head is down. My toes are pointing down. And the moment I will start lifting my right leg up, I am going to lift my head up and point the chin up. Then again I start bending my right knee, bringing the head down. So I'm not changing my spine position. I am just extending my right leg and bending the right knee, lifting my head and bringing the head down. So let's do it together. I lift the right leg, straighten the right leg, and I lift my head up. And then with the next breath, I bend the right knee and I turn my head position down, chin to the chest. Just 8 more of this. I lift the right leg, straighten it up, and head up. I bend the right knee and I start turning my head down. 7 more times. I straighten my right leg as much as I can and lift the head up as well. I bend the right knee and I turn the head down. 6 more times. I straighten my right leg and I lift the head up. I bend the right knee and I turn my head down. 5 more times. I straighten my right leg. Lift the head up. I bend the right knee and I turn my head down. 4 more. I straighten the right leg, lift the head up. I bend the right knee, chin to the chest. 3 more, straighten the right leg and lift the head up. Bending the right knee and chin to the chest. 2 more. Straighten the right leg and chin up. Bending the right knee and chin to the chest. Straighten the right leg and turn the chin up. Bending the right knee and chin to the chest. One last. Straighten the right leg and chin up. Bending the right knee and chin to the chest. And I release my right leg. I bend the right knee and my right knee is down this time. So I'm going to do the same movements. So some people have sciatic nerve pain. So this pose especially helps in relieving with that pain. So I wrap my hands around the left knee this time. And from here, my left knee is bending. I try straightening my left leg as much as I can and lift the head up. And then bending the left knee and chin down. 9 more times. Straighten the left leg or as much as you can. Bending the left knee, chin to the chest. 8 more. Straighten the left leg, chin up. Bending the left knee and chin down. 7 more. Straighten the left leg and chin up. Bending the left knee and chin down. Straighten the left leg, chin up. Bending the left knee and chin down. Just 5 more. Straighten the left leg, chin up. Bending the left knee, chin down. 4 more. Straighten the left leg, chin up. Bending the left knee, chin down. 4 last. Straighten the left leg, flexing the left foot as well. Bending the left knee and point your toes. 4 more. Straighten the left leg and chin up. Bending the left knee and chin down. 3 more. Straighten the left leg, chin up. Bending the left knee, chin down. Straighten the left leg, chin up. Bending the left knee, chin down. Last 2. Straighten the left leg, chin up. Bending the left knee, chin down. 1 last. Straighten the left leg, chin up. Bending the left knee, chin down, and I release the posture. I release the block from my sit bones. I extend my legs towards the front. I start bending my right knee and I place my right leg down. I bend my left knee and I place my left foot over the right knee over the right foot. I push the foot and the knee down. If you have a lot of gap, you can try pushing, but if you feel it is too much or it's too painful, you can let it go. You can sit in the cross-leg position if the pain is unbearable to you. Then have the option to first lengthen the spine and put your elbows on the block or put your elbows on the mat. Make sure your sit bones are on the mat. Your sit bones shouldn't be lifted. I prefer it this way. I rest my head over the block. I keep my spine lengthened and I maintain. So let your eyes stay closed and just stay connected with your breath. towards the front. I am going to change the legs now. So left knee is bending, left sole of the foot facing to the right. Right knee bending, right foot over the left knee, right knee over the left foot. Pushing the foot and the knee down. Then lengthening the spine, bringing the elbows down on the mat or over the block. Resting your head on the mat or over the block. Important thing, let your sit bones stay on the mat and just maintain. Just 5 more deep breaths here. One last deep breath. And with the next breath, we lift ourselves up. I straighten my legs towards the front, and then from there, I am going to bend my right knee again. I am going to put my right foot, and this time I'm going to place my right ankle over my left thigh. Make sure you do not place it over your left knee, because sometimes for some the kneecaps, they are sensitive, so I do not want it to be injured or you create any kind of discomfort for yourself. So my right foot is over the left thigh. Now from here you may need a strap or you may not need it. Inhale, I raise my arms up. First I lengthen my spine. Exhale, I make sure I fold forward from the hip joints. Now, you have the option to wrap the strap around the sole of the foot. Do not hesitate to use a prop. I always love props. Make sure you are not rounding your spine. So try. You can use the block if your hands easily reach to the sole of the foot. That's a modification. Or you can wrap your hands around the sole of the foot and you can rest your head over the block. That's another modification. So choose the modification that you prefer. I prefer to rest my head over the block. So I will again tell you the alignment. My right foot over the left thigh. I extended my arms up and I fold forward. And I am into this position. Bring your awareness to your right knee at the same time. If it is too much lifted, try as much as you can. No force, no compulsion to push it down, but try at your comfort. Try as much as you can by yourself till the time you do not overstretch. And maintain. We're going to stay here for 5 more deep breaths. last deep breath. And with the next breath, I release myself. I extend the right leg to the front this time, and this time I'm going to bend my left knee. I'm going to grab my left foot and place the left ankle over the right thigh. Now, the main intention why I put my head over the block, because I have the tendency to round my spine. So as a human, we have the tendency that when we ask to fold, we fold it in a way that we try to touch our head to the leg. So when we try to touch our head to the leg, we actually create a lot of space between the belly and the thigh, and we round the spine. So try to lengthen the spine, hold the sole of the foot, and you stay in this posture. So in this alignment, I prefer to keep the block so that I do not intend to touch my head to the leg. And I maintain the correct posture as well. Just 5 more deep breaths in. One last deep breath. And with the inhale, I release myself from this position. I release my legs, and I'm going to come into the tabletop position. So, into the tabletop, my wrist is in line with the shoulder, my knees in line with the hip. And we are simply going to do cat and cow. Inhale, dropping the belly, lifting the head up. And with the exhale, you slowly round your spine and chin to the chest. We're going to do 8 more of this. Inhale to drop the belly, create an arch, look up. Exhale to round the spine. 7 more. Inhale to create an arch. Exhale to round the spine. 6 more. Inhale to create an arch. Exhale to round the spine. 5 more. Inhale to create an arch. Exhale to round the spine. 4 last. Inhale, create an arch. Exhale, round the spine. 3 more. Inhale, create an arch. Exhale to round the spine. 2 more. Inhale, create an arch. Exhale to round the spine. 1 last. Inhale, create an arch. to round the spine, and then I push my hips back over to the heels. If your wrist a little uncomfortable, you can place your palms facing up, maintaining this position. So we are going to go for mobility of our thoracic spine. Thoracic spine is this position, my shoulder blades, my upper back. So I'm going to go for its mobility. So how I will do, I am into the tabletop position. My right palm down, my left palm on the left ear. And with the inhale, I lift my left arm up. So my left elbow is facing up. And then I bring my left elbow facing down. We are just going to do 6 more of this. Inhale to lift the left elbow up. Exhale to down. 5 more. Inhale to lift the left elbow. Exhale down. 4 last. Inhale to lift. Exhale to down. 3 more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to down. 2 more. Inhale to lift. Exhale to down. 1 last. Inhale to lift. Exhale to down and bring left palm down. So your right wrist will be a little uncomfortable. So you place your right palm facing up, relax. We're going to do the same thoracic spine mobility on the other side as well. So my left palm is down on the mat. I am into the tabletop position again. From there, my right palm on the right ear with the inhale. I lift my right elbow up. And with the exhale, I turn it down. Just 6 more. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to down. 5 more. Inhale to lift the right elbow up. Exhale to down. 4 last. Inhale to lift the right elbow. Exhale down. 3 more. Inhale to lift. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. 1 last. Inhale, lift. And then I come back to the center. So you relax your wrist if your wrist is a little uncomfortable. So we are going to relax our wrist. Now, from this position, I am again into the tabletop position. Now, I am going to put my left palm on my back. So, how I am putting this way? My left palm is facing back and my left hand is on my middle spine. I put my right palm on the mat. I am again into the tabletop position. Just that right hand is on the mat. And with the inhale first, I lift my left elbow up. So, I am actually working on my lower back as well. So with this, it helps to release the stiffness in my shoulder blades as well as it helps to release the back pain. 5 more of this. Inhale to lift the left elbow up. Exhale down. 4 more. Inhale to lift the left elbow. Exhale down. 3 more. Inhale to lift the left elbow. Exhale down. For some, it becomes too much on the right wrist, so you can sit over the heels like this, your right palm on the mat, so it is not too much pressure on your right wrist. And lift your left elbow. And then down. I prefer it this way. Just 2 more. Inhale to lift the left elbow. I release my left hand. So the movement, it looks easy, but it is very, very effective in releasing the back pain and the shoulders pain and your upper thoracic spine. Now from here, I am going to go for the other side. I am into the tabletop position. My left hand stays on the mat, my right arm goes behind, so my right hand is this way. My palm is facing up. Alright, left palm is down. Inhale, and with the inhale first I'll lift my head up. I try to turn my right elbow pointing up, and with the exhale I turn it down. Just 5 more. Inhale to lift, and exhale to down. I can feel it in my lower back. Inhale to lift, exhale to down. 3 more. Inhale to lift, exhale to down. 2 more. Inhale to lift, exhale to down. 1 last. Inhale to lift, and exhale to down, and I release my hand. So I again relax my wrist. This way my palms are facing up. 2 deep breaths in this position first. I place 2 blocks this way. I let my toes go a little apart, more apart than the hip distance. I start bending my knees. My 2 blocks are down, and I'm sitting on the top of the 2 blocks. Some prefer just 1 block. I'm the person with 2 blocks. So I push my knees out and out and out, and I maintain this position. You can choose to put your hands near the heart center, or you can choose to pull the knees away. So push the knees away and just maintain this position. We are into Malasana, but the assisted one with the blocks. So let your eyes stay closed and enjoy the stretch. Make sure you're not rounding your spine. Relax your shoulders at the same time. Just 5 more deep breaths here. Just 1 more deep breath. And with the next breath, I slowly bring my knees closer and I remove the blocks from my sit bones. I bring the sole of the feet together in the butterfly position. Since My sit bones are away from my heels, so what I do is I place one hand to the front, one hand behind, lift the sit bones and push them towards the front. Now I would be using 2 blocks. If you do not have block, you can use the thick books. I put one block over my one knee, I put another block and I put it over the another knee and place my elbows on the block like this. So main intention is with my elbow strength, I'm going to push my knees down and then I will keep my sit bones on the mat and fold. But with the folding, I do not mean rounding of the spine. With the folding means I keep my spine lengthened. It is not at all important to touch your head to the mat. So keep pushing your knees down and just keep your spine lengthened and maintain this position. Touching the head to the mat. The reason being because we all are different. Some can easily put their head on the mat, keeping the spine long, but some cannot. So those who cannot, they only think of touching the head to the mat, and when they do so, they round their spine. So that's why I keep it in a way that you keep your spine lengthened and you keep pushing your knees down and just maintain this position. Just 5 more deep breaths in this position. One last deep breath. And with the next breath, I lift, I release the block, and then I bring my knees closer. I wrap my arms around the knees, and I rest my head over them. With the next breath, I am going to lay down in the prone position. So I'm going to go into the Sphinx position. Again, this position that I am going for, it helps in releasing the sciatic nerve pain. So I put my elbows this way. My elbows are just a shoulder width level apart. My palms are on the mat, fingers wide open. My feet hip distance apart, and then from there I bring my head down on the mat and then I lift the head up. So we are going to go for this movement just 8 more times. Let your And then from there, I bend my right knee, I touch my right foot to the mat towards the left side. And then again I come back to the center. My both the palms are pressing on the mat. I bend my left knee, I touch the left foot to the floor. And come back to the center. Bend the right knee, right foot touching to the floor. And then we come back to the center. Bending the left knee and touching the left foot to the floor. We're going to do it 5 more times. Left foot down, bending the right knee, right foot touching to the floor. And then back to the center. Bending the left knee, touching the left foot to the floor. 4 more times. We come back to the center. Bending the right knee, right foot touching to the floor. And then back to the center. Bending the left knee, left foot touching to the floor. And then back to the center. Bending the right knee, right foot touching to the floor. And then back to the center. Bending the left knee, left foot touching to the floor. And then back to the center. One last time. Bending the right knee, right foot touching to the floor. And we stay. Last 8. Last 7. Last 6. Last 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. And then I come back to the center. I bend the left knee, left foot touching to the floor, and I maintain. Last 8. Last 7. Last 6. Last 5. Last 4. Last 3. Last 2. And then I come back to the center. I am going to lay down on my back and I'm going to take 2 blocks to my side. So laying on the back. And then from there, I'm going to move into the bridge. Lift the hips up from here. If you can keep your hips high and then lift the right foot up, keeping the right knee bent. And then right foot down. And lift the left foot up, keeping the left knee bent. And then down. So we are going into the mobility of PSOS. Lift the right foot up and then down. Lift the left foot up and down. Just 2 more times. Right foot up and down. Left foot up and down. Hips high, one last. Right foot up and down. Left foot up and down. And bring your back down and drop your knees to the right. And turn your head to the left. Use your right hand to pull the left knee down. And then we drop the knees to the left, we turn our head to the right, and we use our left hand to pull the right knee down. to one side, we press the palm, we lift. Thank you very much for joining me for today's session. I hope you enjoyed the stretches. Thank you very much. Thank you.